to be fit enough to play potentially 5 sets with Carlos. And I know that my best tennis is going to be required, but I rise to the occasion. Normally, I like to play the big matches on a big stage. It's just that I'm, not really sure how the body is going to feel in the next few days, but going to do my very best with my team to be fit for that.
All right, we'll talk more about the Djokovic-Alcaraz match coming up later in the show, but let's dive a little deeper into this one. Taylor broke twice, but he could have broken more. He had 13 break chance opportunities. Djokovic saved 11 of them. How clutch was he, especially with his serve when he was down break point?
Novak was clutch, and he was surgical about how he went about his return games. Fritz won 10 more points on the receiving end than Novak did in this match. He was threatening in so many service games, but Novak able to hold him off, able to save all those break points. He served well. He was aggressive. Fritz had his chances, but Novak was able to lift his game when he needed to. He also was able to push when he wanted to get the break and when he really locked in there. I mean, there's a reason why he's the greatest player of all time. He knew he had the edge head-to-head out there, and he took advantage of what he does better than Fritz in that match.
I mean, there was probably for Taylor Fritz, maybe 3 or 4 really good opportunities to break where he had the ball on his racket. Those other opportunities, Novak Djokovic came up with some unbelievable shots. He just locked in, and we've seen him do it so often, and it's always incredible to watch. And a couple of times where he came up with big shots at the end of the rallies, a couple of huge forehands out of nowhere. It was an impressive display from someone that we have been impressed by his whole career, but to be able to do it again in these circumstances against a player like Fritz, who was playing well enough to make that match a lot tougher, it was just another Herculean effort from Novak Djokovic.
We heard Mike Russell say mid-match what the game plan was. It was to be aggressive, first strike tennis, keep the point short. To your mind, Jim, was Taylor aggressive enough, or was this just a case of Novak, as he so often does, being able to absorb it?
I think being aggressive is the right idea when it's the right shot to hit. You can't be aggressive when Novak is attacking you. You got to live to fight through those points and make it physical. I thought Taylor came out with the right concepts in general. I don't think that the cooler conditions helped his offense because Novak wasn't injured tonight. We didn't see the trainer out there unless I missed it when I was driving home in the middle of the second set. But a little inside baseball there. But I think that this is just such a hard matchup. Obviously, for him, Taylor needs to play close to his limits. But I'm sure in the back of his mind, he was thinking, if I just keep him out here long enough, maybe he'll break down. He kept him out there for 3 hours and 24 minutes, played a bad game to lose his serve at the end. That could have easily gone 5 sets, and then who knows? So I think overall a positive tournament for Taylor, although I'm sure he's going to be hugely frustrated to not get past Novak here.
That was